Winnie. So today I'm going to do my experience from Playlist Live video. Now this was the best weekend of my entire life, and I'm not even joking. Go to Playlist if you can next year. Do it. 'Cause it was so amazing being there. The vibe was awesome, the people were awesome. Your YouTube people are there, so they're awesome. Just a great time, so do it. Do it! Okay, well it was Thursday and I still had school, and me and my friend Winnie are at the same school. So we went home, and around like 6-ish, picked her up, and then we started driving to Florida. Now I live in North Carolina, so it's like an 8-hour drive, and my mom's not comfortable with driving at night. So we kind of drove halfway-ish and then got a hotel at some random city. I don't really remember which one, but I think it was in South Carolina. Anyway, we stayed at the hotel, and then we got up rather early, and then we drove to Florida, to Orlando. And like I said in my last videos, I did not stay at the World Center, and I'm really glad I did actually. I'll talk about that in another video. But I stayed at a hotel maybe 30 minutes with traffic away from the hotel. Not the best inconvenience-wise, but it was a nice hotel, so it was fine. So we woke up early, and then we drove to the Marriott, and then we parked in the parking garage, and there was a lot of people there because it was Friday and it was time for early registration. And I didn't expect that many people to be there, but I was wrong because there was a lot of people. So we got into the lobby by going down the escalator, and so we were going down the escalator, and all I see is a long line. And I'm like, well, that's registration, isn't it? Because I gotta get in that line. So yes, it was registration, and the line went all the way down the lobby, and the lobby is big. So we started walking down to get to the end of the line, and we just kept walking. And it was a long line, so we were walking for like 5 minutes. We finally got there. And then, as I was walking, I saw Crank That Frank, and he was on the other side of the line, so I was just like looking through people. They probably thought I was like, what is this stranger looking at me for? But I was looking through people at Frank, and I think he was vlogging, and I was vlogging him vlogging, and I was just like, it started, there's a YouTuber. Yeah, we got to the end of the line, we waited there, and I watch the Shaytards, and the Shaytards have their clothing line Trixin, and I saw workers from Trixin, like that I've seen in videos, just walking past us when we were standing in line, and I was just like I was not gonna get out of line to go take a picture of them because I knew I'd see them later, but I was just like, okay. It was very overwhelming at first. So we stayed in that line for maybe 30 minutes at the most. Honestly, it went by kind of quick. But we got our badge. This beautiful thing. But yeah, we got this, and then we got a bag, a Playlist drawstring bag. But then we went and we just kind of like walked around because we didn't have a business day pass. We were just there for early registration, hoping to get a Universal band, but they were not doing it for the public. It was only for YouTubers, and I was like really upset about it, but it's okay. It turned out fine. So we were just walking around. Really nothing happened until the evening. Now, you all know how much of a fan I am. PH fan of Dana Phil. Now, I got tickets to Tatsnoff, and me and Winnie and my friends from school, like 2 of them from school, and my mom, we all got tickets to see Dan and Phil in real life, and it was the best show I have ever seen. Actually, the best thing I have ever seen. Please go see it. I know their tour is almost over, but if you can, just please go get a ticket to see it. If you live in America, it's soon enough in other countries, but please go see it. It's the best thing I've ever experienced. But yeah, we were waiting in line in this room because we couldn't go into the actual stage because we had the 7:30 showing, and there was a 4:30 showing before us, so they were still doing their thing. so we couldn't go in. But we were all like huddled into this one room, and we were like sitting on the floor because we had to wait for like 4 hours. And it's a first come, first serve thing, so I had to get in there. But my mom had to drop my brother off at the hotel because he wasn't coming to the Tatanoff because he didn't feel like buying tickets because he's a loser, but anyway. So we waited there for like 4 to 5 hours. It was a long time. And then finally they let us go. And we went into a line, and then we waited again at the doors. Now I had put in 4 things for the show, for the fan art thing. And my friend Patsy had put in a childhood story thing. We didn't get in, just saying. So she had just done that, and I was thinking, I was like, am I gonna get into the show? Probably not. I didn't, but anyway. We finally, after like 5 or 10 minutes of standing in that line in front of the door, we got to go in. And it was the Crystal Ballroom, I think, and it was huge, and the set was so cute. I love that show so much. I want to go back. Anyway, we were kind of maybe 9 rows back, which is rather close to the front, actually. And we were waiting, and they were playing songs, and this person was dancing in the walkway, and people were like giving her money, him or her money, and it was great. And the show started, and I screamed for 2 hours straight. 2 hours straight, and I still had a voice that night, and I don't know how, but I did. And when the show was over, me, Winnie, Patsy, and our friend Stephanie, we had an existential crisis outside of the doors. So we just laid down on the floor, and then other girls kind of started surrounding us, because we were there for like, we laid there for like 5 minutes. That's an exaggeration, but it was a while. And as we were laying there, all these girls started coming, and there's just piles of girls, and it was funny. So we all had an existential crisis because it was over, and what they said at the end was really heartbreaking, and just, go see it. Anyway, that's not about playlist. That's tough enough. Then the next day comes around, and it is the first day of playlist. We came from our hotel, and instead of going to the Marriott, which we knew would be hell with traffic, we went to the Gaylord, and then we took a shuttle to the Marriott. And the shuttle took forever at the Gaylord for some reason, and we wondered why, and then we finally got on the shuttle and we saw the line of cars waiting to get into the Marriott, and we're like, oh, that's why, because there was so many people trying to get in, because it was the first day of registration and the first day of playlist. So anyway, we got in, and we went into the main door, I think, from the hotel, and then we went down the escalators with the big "Welcome to Playlist Live" thing. And there was a long line, and just a big line, for no apparent reason. Because I guess it wasn't 10 o'clock yet, but they were like huddling us like cows into this one little row. And there was like people pushing, it was really disorganized for that moment. And they were only letting AM people get in because they needed to get to the meetup, and they wouldn't let anybody else in. And finally, after like 10 minutes, they finally let us in, and we all kind of just, whew, and then we were free, because the lobby's huge, as I told you. And so it was like this many people, and then it was just and we were free. So we started kind of like walking around, and then we were trying to find the Epiphone stage. We had just dropped my brother off at his meetup, he had an AM meetup, and we were looking for the Epiphone stage, and we finally found it, and there was this long line, not that long, but it was rather long, for the Families of YouTube panel. It had the Shaytards, Daily Bumps, Colin and Katie, and Olivia Has Two Moms. It was like really amazing, and I wish I could go back, because they were all sitting up there, and I was so close to the front, and they had a lot of nice, inspiring things to say, and I'm just like, I watch you Anyway. So after the panel, me, Winnie, and my mom, we were getting kind of hungry. Because Matthew was still in his meetup. My brother. And so we were walking around and we looked at the food trucks and there was like really long lines for the food trucks, but we were hungry, so we walked down to the food court first to see what was going on there. I ended up getting a hamburger and getting him a pizza, and then Winnie and my mom went out to the Over Rice food truck and they got some things. It was kind of expensive, but you were told to bring money to Playlist for a reason. You need food. So while they were getting their food at the food truck, I went up and I got some free cotton candy. It was good cotton candy. So we ate, and then earlier that day before we started eating, we went to the main stage and we went to the Trixon booth. And Shay and Colette were at the Trixon booth. And we got in line, and then eventually we met them, and Shay vlogged on my camera. He vlogged on my flip, and then I had them sign it, and it was great, and I cried. But I went up and I went to Logan and I bought a hat from him. A nice little Trixon hat you may be able to see in the corner. You may not, but it's there. Took a picture with Logan and it was great. Yes. So that evening, Winnie and Matthew went their own way, and me and my mom had a meetup with the Butlers, which are the family along with the Shaytards. It's just the other side of the family. And we went there and the meetup was so great. It was so intimate. Like, Carly and Jackson were also there, if you know them. They gave everyone like 5 minutes with them. And it was so great. But with Carly and Jackson, we started talking about like where we're from, and we told them we were from San Diego, and they're like, we should take a trip to San Diego. Yeah, Jackson's and I haven't been there in a while. Carly's never been, and so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take you to San Diego sometime, and I'm just like, that's pretty cool. I didn't really think anything else would come out of it, but then like the next week I saw on one of their vlogs that they went to San Diego, and I'm just like, we did that. But yeah. And then we left kind of early that day. We went back to the shuttle, back to the Gaylord, and then we went to Disney Springs for the night, and that was just, it was awesome. Because we surprised Winnie with the Rainforest Cafe. She's never been. We got a volcano there, and she loved it, and it was really fun. And we went back to the hotel. Everybody was tired, but yeah. I started all over the next day, on Sunday. We did the shuttle thing again on Sunday, and then right when we got in the lobby at 10 o'clock, we found our meetup like right there. So we sat down, we moved 5 rows back to meet the Shaytards. And the whole family was there except Daxton, the littlest baby, because he was probably getting babysat because he's a 2-year-old, and I wouldn't want to sit there for that long if I was 2. So yeah, we ended up meeting them. I gave Shay a Trixon necklace that I made him, and my mom gave them this shutter art thing that talked about family and stuff, and they were like, oh, I'm gonna put this up in my house, and we're just and then we met the kids, and little Brock like took the marker and he was like signing his name. It was really good handwriting for how young he was. And we took selfies and it was cute. And Avia let us sign her, I guess she had like a little book that she was having the fans sign, which was really cute. So we signed that, and then we got out and we were like... And while we were doing that, Matthew and Winnie were just walking around. While we were doing that, Matthew and Winnie weren't with us, so we met up with them afterwards and we went swimming, and it was great because nobody was really in the pool, but it was kind of midday and I don't really like swimming that time because sunburns, but I ended up not getting a sunburn, which is, I don't know, we kind of stayed there for like an hour. Matthew and Winnie had a meetup, and then we got out of the pool, and then we went to find food because we were starving. Swimming makes you hungry. And we ended up going to, I don't remember the name of it. If you go, it's across from the steakhouse place. But they had like a $15 buffet, and it was like gourmet food. Like it was awesome. And they had like chicken and pasta, but then they had the dessert bar. Oh. If you go to that place and just, if you need dessert, just eat it. It's freaking good. And I don't eat gourmet food, so Patsy and Stephanie ended up meeting us there, and we just had a good time around like a round table. It was fun. And then Matthew and Winnie had to go to the meetup. So me and my mom, we went to the main stage. The day before on Saturday, we went to the Trixon booth, bought 2 shirts. This is one of them. It's really comfortable. But we got those shirts from Tyler, Tribe Tyler if you watch him. And then I went to the Dan and Phil shop. And that's like heaven for me, of course. I bought this flower crown, and then I bought a poster. I don't think you can see it up there, but it's up there. And it was just, yes. So we went out, and my mom had to charge her phone for a little while. And so while she was charging her phone, I went to go get us a seat at the main stage for the second Jollies panel. And later she ended up coming in, and we watched them, and they're so nice. Everyone is just so nice. And then after the second Jollies, we met up with Matthew, and then I got a Twitter notification that Shay said that the kids were at the Trixon booth, so we went back to the main stage, and the kids were there, and Daxton was there, and Daxton wasn't at the Shay Tards meetup. And so we kind of chatted with Cecily, who was there, and Nanny, kind of. And Daxton was being really moody, but he's 2, so it's fine. It's all the kids. They were just, I didn't go up to them because I already met them, but I don't know, it was just cute to watch. And then we kind of sat in the corner over by where the purple meetups let out, and we waited for Winnie. And as we were waiting, we ran into Patsy. And then Patsy and me kind of just chatted and stuff. And we were having a good old time until we realized that right in front of us was Martin Lester, Phil's brother. And so I was dying. I was like, Patsy, we need to go get us some food. She's like, and so I went over with her and I took her picture, she took my picture, I got him to sign my autograph book, and it was just ace. Like, it was great. But anyway, we ended up meeting up with Winnie, and then soon enough we left Playlist, and I was sad, but we were going to Disneyland, and we went to the Magic Kingdom, and it was Winnie's first time, and it was just, I'm doing this a lot, but I can't. It was fun. We closed out the park, so we stayed until like midnight. And yeah. We went back to the hotel, and everybody was really moody because they were tired, but it's understandable because we walked around for like 20 hours straight. Anyway, so yeah. Playlist was over, and I was sad. So the next day we woke up, and we went to go meet up with my mom's friend. We had tacos that were great, and then we went to the beach for a couple minutes because we didn't do anything. But, yeah. Drove home, and then I'm having withdrawals still. But yeah, that was my Playlist experience, and I want to go back. But yeah, thanks for listening to me talk and talk and talk. Alright. Bye guys.